The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101. Q101 WKQX. WKQX HD1 Chicago. A Cumulus media station.
Now is your chance to GTFO with a shot at a $100 Visa gift card and be qualified for a trip for two to see a hot band in a warm weather climate. GTFO. Message and data rates apply. Please don't text and drive.
Q101.
Well, getting to Miami to see Blink-182 is very easy. All you have to do is text ALIEN, ALIEN, to 312-591-8300. That's your chance to qualify for the trip, the grand prize. Blink-182 in Miami. And just for qualifying, you're going to get a $100 Visa gift card. We're going to play Blink-182 in a second after sports here as well. So text ALIEN right now to 312-591-8300.
The Q101 Morning Crew. Sports.
Well, this show broke the news that the White Sox were looking to move to Nashville months ago and maybe some other locations, and now that's come to fruition a little bit. Quote, serious talks between Jerry Reinsdorf and the mayor, Brandon Johnson, about building a stadium in the South Loop, a new stadium, which wouldn't be too far from U.S. Cellular Field. But you may be aware that Chicago, when you see the 77, Chicago is known for 77 neighborhoods. Well, there's a 78th neighborhood they're trying to push and change the narrative. Boy, that would change all those hats.
It would change the narrative?
Yeah.
Like, this is a big government conspiracy?
I don't like it. I like 77 neighborhoods. You can't just create this 78th neighborhood out of anywhere.
God forbid we change.
Well, the land's here. They didn't add on. They didn't dump a bunch of dirt in the lake and say, this is going to be the 78th neighborhood.
I don't have to buy a new map. It's still the same.
You're going to be able to get to the Hancock Building and you're
Thank
going to
God.
Portillo's downtown on Ontario. You're not going to miss it. But the 78th neighborhood is Clark and Roosevelt. It's a site over there. And they're discussing, and they say, serious talks to build a new White Sox ballpark over in that area.
What does that do?
It's a good question.
That's actually a great question, Kenzie.
Thank you.
Because I think a lot of White Sox fans love U.S. Cellular Field, quote, Comiskey, whatever you want to call it, still to this day.
The rates?
Oh, it is guaranteed rate, the rate. I forgot about it. It's not even U.S. Cellular Field anymore. But I think they like it. Listen, I'm a Cubs fan. It's a great ballpark. You go down there and the food options, and for kids, it's probably one of the best family ballparks, too, with all the options they have for going on for kids up in the play area and left field, third base line when you go up there.
That's right.
So I don't know what the reasoning is, except for just something fresh and new and exciting. You know, and also,
here's the deal. That's a pretty expensive decision for some excitement.
It really is.
A roller coaster.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Jerry Reinsdorf is worth about $8 billion between owning the Sox and the Bulls, and he's, I know that they also, for example, the situation with the Bears, they want to completely own their situation so they can put, sports books here, and they're going to do that everywhere as well. They've already done it, United Center, and Wrigley Field has that beautiful DraftKings sports book attached to it now. It's incredible. But this is a situation where the Illinois Sports Facilities Authority owns and financed Guaranteed Rate Field, and they're not involved in these discussions yet. So they're going around them, I guess. But at some point, the Stadium Authority would need to get involved in determining the future of Guaranteed Rate and building a new ballpark.
So what do you think would happen to that
Old place?
stadium?
Yeah. That's a good, in case we're having that question this morning. I mean, it's not like the situation with Comiskey where they tore it down and built the one right next door to it and then built a parking lot right there.
You're right.
What are they going to do? Make it a skateboard park, which is always my recommendation.
Stop doing that.
Never that. It's never that.
Soldier Field will be a skateboard park. It'll be sweet. Maybe that. I don't know, because you can't just keep it there as a monument.
It's pretty big.
I don't want to remember. I said this as a White Sox fan. If it goes, I don't want to remember it. It's not a piece of history that needs to be remembered.
No.
Not a monument.
No. I mean, you do have an 05 World Series year that was great there for that stadium. It's memorable. But
I have a photo of Jermaine Dye. I can look at that instead. I don't need an entire stadium taking up space.
I don't know. We'll follow this as well. So the Bears, still don't have up in the air on them. Is they going to Indiana? They going to Arlington Heights? Still not confirmed. And now the White Sox might be moving. And still, I know that Jerry Reinsdorf had a conversation with the mayor of Nashville as well.
I was just going to say, how did it go from Nashville to like a
South
different loop?
Yeah. This created fake neighborhood, the 78th neighborhood in Chicago.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's bizarre. But we'll follow it, obviously, and we'll break the news when it comes through, because that's what we do here.
I hate it. I say this again as the White Sox fan in the room, but I love guaranteed rate. I think I've been to 15 of the 30 Major League Baseball stadiums. Not a flex, just I just like baseball. Nothing wrong with that. It's one of my favorite 3. It's in my top 3. I love it. It's great.
What are the other ones?
Yeah, what's above it?
I love where the Tigers play, Comerica Park in Detroit, and Dodger Stadium in Los Angeles lives up to the hype. It's walking up the hill to Dodger Stadium and then seeing the Chavez Ravine behind it. It's stunning. It's breathtaking. The White Sox had the power to do that and have the beautiful Chicago skyline in the background of guaranteed rate, but they built it the wrong way.
They built it the wrong direction.
It
really
could be the
bad.
same thing.
I've got to believe, and I'd love an architect that was on that construction project to call up. They started it wrong, and then they just said, well, no.
I've done that with Legos before. I was trying to help my son, and I'm looking at the picture. I'm like, everything's just the other direction. I'm like, it's the same thing, dude. Like, go through the other door. I don't know.
You're not missing anything.
You're not going to start over. It's a lot.
Oh, my God.
I'm like, whatever.
Oh, jeez. Holy cow. All right, so we'll follow that and see where it goes. Loyola basketball. I haven't talked much about college basketball since Kenzie picked the wild card weekend pretty accurately last weekend with 4-2 record.
Hello.
I know you're going to be, giving birth and everything, but we needed to pick March Madness bracket. Just, 64 games I need you to pick, please.
The baby will be out by then. You're good. You're free.
Yeah, you'll be pumping.
Oh, yeah, I'm just not going to have to do anything after that.
The hard part's done.
Yeah, baby's...
He's supposed to come in the day after I give birth.
I'm a little surprised you're not.
Yeah. He was telling me how disappointed he was in you on the car.
Lazy ass.
So Loyola won 79-78 last night over UMass, the Minutemen, and the Ramblers are now 12-6. Now remember, they were terrible last year, and they brought in a guy from Simeon, a 6'10" guy named Miles Rubin, and he's been helping massively in defense. I love it when they bring the homegrown talent into the colleges here, like DePaul and Loyola, Northwestern, and even Illini downstate, and Northern, all the colleges, when they bring in the guys, because we have pretty much the best basketball minor league in the high school system here in Chicago, without a doubt. I challenge me on that, anybody in the country that might be listening to the show right now. But Kenzie was astounded that Loyola
God, he's tall. You know what I mean? That is tall as hell.
Yeah, he's pretty big, 6'10".
It's a big-ass person.
You know what's amazing
What?
is looking at Simeon High School's roster is he was on that roster last year at 6'10". Their roster at Simeon is almost taller than Loyola's roster in college.
Is that right?
Yeah, I mean, Loyola's got, 6'4", 6'8". They got a bunch of guys on there, but Simeon's is about the same. I got to get to a Simeon High School game. I want to get down there and check that out. Never been down there for that. But Kenzie believes that he's the tallest guy in college basketball at 6'10".
That's not what I said.
That's the impression I got.
I said, wow, that's really tall. And you guys are like, not really, even though neither of you are that tall. So it's like, that's...
I can have an opinion and not be that tall.
But like, he's looking down on him like he's so short or something. And it's like, that's very tall. I mean, Shaq, people still talk about Shaq's height, and he's 7'1".
7'1"-ish, yeah.
So, like, he's right there.
It's right there.
He goes up to his nose. That's a big person.
He could talk to Shaq at a concert.
And, like, okay, fine.
Think of
There's
his
probably a
face-to-face.
lot of 6'10" players in the NBA. I'd argue that there's less of them in college. Like, they're getting plucked.
But they
There's
have to
less and less.
start somewhere. The tall guys still have to go to college.
But it's still a really, he's probably going to be able to do it. That's a tall person.
I was so flabbergasted. Kenzie came up to me this morning, and she's like, we're talking about Loyola, right? I go, what about? She's like, they have a guy that's 6'10". I went, okay.
Yeah.
Kenzie, there's a player on Purdue, our neighbors in Indiana. There's a player on Purdue named Zach Edey. He's 7'4".
That's crazy.
I'm not
7'4".
super impressed by 6'10".
Yeah. And you know what?
Okay, but you just listed one person in a different state. Like, these are elite heights.
Yeah, not another 6'10" guy running around anywhere in Chicago.
Yeah, like, you're just guys are being a hater. Like, here's a different state with one other person taller, so your height sucks.
We don't hate him or the fact that he's 6'10". We love him.
Yeah, love him.
We've just seen taller people.
Yeah. When I went to Bobby Knight basketball camp when I was 16 years old, and there was all 16-year-olds there was 10 kids there over 7 feet tall. And the average height there was about 6'7" when they measured it up. I'm 6'4", so I was the short guy there. But I mean,
where was this?
Bobby Knight's basketball camp in Indiana.
Okay.
Yeah, and that was an elite camp. Like, every state was represented. I don't know how I just bought my way in.
Bobby Knight liked your jump shot.
Bobby Knight liked my jump shot. That's why I hit one shot in a week. One turnaround J
You were
that he
like
loved.
the Make-A-Wish kid.
Pretty much.
Everybody.
Yeah. Paid my money. I bought my way in. But, yeah, there's also to defend Kenzie a little bit, Loyola does typically go with the guards, the fast game, and not guys. Scrappy, lunch pail guys, high motors.
Point guards.
Yeah. So to have a 6'10" guy in there, it's proved because they were one of the worst teams in
Yeah,
the.
what are the heights of other people on the team?
So let's go. Well, he's the tallest on Loyola.
Okay.
But that's
So
Loyola.
that's impressive.
But that's one team. It's one team.
It's just so annoying.
I mean,
He's the tallest on the team.
I mean, poor Brandon Norris on the team is only 6 foot 180. That's terrible. I feel bad for him.
6 foot 180.
180 pounds. I threw his weight in there too.
What the hell?
Yeah, I just want to
I don't know how much this guy weighs. How much?
Miles Rubin weighs 205. He's 6'10", 205.
God, he's still so much lighter than us.
Oh my God, I didn't think of that. We weighed in. I was 238 and a half yesterday, and I'm 6'4" and a quarter.
I'm 246. I'm 6'2".
How's that make you feel?
I feel like an ass.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Once again, if you haven't done it, text ALIEN to 312-591-8300. Your chance to go see that band right there, Blink-182, in Miami. Now, once you get done with that, call 312-591-8300 to compete against Kenzie in a trivia contest because we got more free stuff for you. Tickets for comedian Mike Birbiglia at the Chicago Theater. That's a sold-out show.
Ew.
Super funny dude. And they even have another show coming up for that where tickets are on sale because it did so well quickly. That'll be April 26th, the sold-out show. And then Saturday, April 27th is the next show from our great friends at Live Nation. So call 312-591-8300 right now to compete against Kenzie and clash with Kenzie.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101. You can't defeat her. She's too powerful.
Clash with Kenzie.
Let the battle begin. Q101.
Well, here we go. Mike Birbiglia tickets on the line for Chicago Theater. Sold out show. Super funny guy. And Sean is going to take on Kenzie in trivia here. Sean checking in from Indiana. Sean Ahoy, tell us something about yourself. Hello, Sean.
Hey,
Hey. What's up, bud?
how's it going? I can barely hear you.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Let me see here. Is this better? Is this
Oh, hey, how's it going? Yeah.
All right.
There you go.
All the buttons.
Hey.
There's so many buttons in front of me. So many things. Tell us something about yourself, bud.
Hey, I'm sitting in a snowplow truck, and I went bungee jumping when I was 15.
What?
Fun.
Tell us about
Yeah,
the
man,
tell us about the snowplow truck. No, I'm kidding. Tell us about bungee jumping.
It was like 100 feet and right above a pool of water that was just enough to catch me if everything went wrong. That was really cool, though.
What went wrong?
If everything went wrong.
Well,
If.
nothing, thankfully.
Oh, if something went wrong. I thought like
Yeah,
everything
if
went
something.
wrong. Yeah.
It sounds like it's what Hillary Banks' future husband thought. And then you know what happened when he did it.
I don't know what happened.
You didn't watch The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air?
Oh! I'm drawing a blank.
I was trying to figure out who Hillary Banks was.
So did I. I got a little. My brain went a little weird for a second. Wow.
Hillary, will you marry? No.
Oh, God.
no.
Yikes. All right, here we go. First one to 5 wins. Listen carefully, Sean. If Kenzie gets one wrong, you can steal a point. She can do the same to you. Call heads or tails. 1, 2, 3. Call it.
Tails.
It's heads. Kenzie
All
goes
right.
first. Here we go for the Mike Birbiglia tickets on the line. Kenzie,
Okay.
who played Cruella DeVille in the live-action Cruella film in 2021?
Emma Stone.
Emma Stone did.
Gotta be careful. A lot of Emmas. let me not answer too fast.
Emma Stone. Sean, 2016
Okay.
the 2016 Cavaliers defeated which NBA team to win Cleveland's first title with LeBron when he came back?
Boston?
It was not the Celtics. It was not the Celtics. Kenzie, do you know that?
I actually do know because it was getting like obnoxious because like, oh, is this just gonna be the only two teams from now on? It was the Warriors. I'm like, this is fun.
Warriors certainly won a lot, and LeBron going back and getting redemption, and then he left again.
Oh, yeah, he did his job.
I always hated that. If I was a Cavs fan and he came back and then got a title and then left again, I'm like, bro.
She's like, what do you do with all those murals? They painted a lot of pictures.
Yeah.
They painted a lot of murals.
I got to burn my jersey again?
I know Cavaliers fans, once they got that title, they're like, LeBron, do your thing, my man.
I agree. I know a lot of them too, and they said, no, he gave us the title, now he can go. I'm like, well, don't you want another one?
And they weren't winning another one with them.
Try being the Bulls. We won 6, and then we haven't done anything in 25 years. Like, it'd been better if they stayed and won a couple more.
All right. Well, it's 2-0. It's back to Kenzie.
Sorry, I got a little angry there. I'm angry for Cavs fans for some reason.
What a dumb thing to be
God,
angry about.
I know. I hate myself.
All right. 2-0. Back to Kenzie. Brian hates himself.
Kenzie, what city was HBO's The Wire set in?
You guys are so annoying. It's in Baltimore, isn't it?
It is Baltimore.
You guys are so
That's one I
annoying.
knew.
Kenzie, do you know where Baltimore is yet?
It's near Maryland.
I mean, in a way.
Okay, I don't remember.
What coast do you think Baltimore's on?
East.
Okay, all right.
Oh, great job.
I know it's chilly.
Not
Yeah.
chillier than here.
Right. Well, I didn't say it was chilly. Well, this is a cold place.
It's pretty cold. It's cold. Yeah.
Got it.
Okay.
Jesus, we don't live in Florida, Brian.
3-0. Back to Sean.
Sean, what country music star sang Achy Breaky Heart in 1992?
Oh, man.
Big song. 3,
No idea.
2, 1.
Tim McGraw.
Not Tim McGraw.
No, much
I
cornier.
do not know country.
But that was a good guess. You knew Tom McGraw. That's a good
Tim,
guess.
not Tom.
I
Call him
said
Tom
Tim.
McGraw.
That's his brother. He didn't do so well. He
No,
did
that's right.
Achy
No,
Breaky
yeah.
Heart.
It's a sad story, Tom McGraw.
Google it.
You're an idiot. It's Billy Ray Cyrus.
Billy Ray Cyrus is right. All right. This is getting sticky here, Sean. It's 4.
Miley, did you guys know who
It is
Miley
bad.
Cyrus's godmother is?
Dolly Parton.
Yeah. Yeah.
Point for me.
Both of them sing really well.
That's right.
Both really good.
So can Miley. 4-0. It's back to Kenzie. She can shut out Sean.
Oh,
with a
damn.
correct
Wow.
answer.
That's a big one here, Sean, okay? It's not for you, for Kenzie. What museum do Ferris and his friends visit in Ferris Bueller's Day Off?
The Art Institute.
The Artist of Chicago is right. Wow, a
I got
sweep.
beat up bad.
Yeah, just got taken out.
Yeah, that was quick and fast.
I'm sorry about that. I'm so sorry.
All good. No, thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Do you still want to go?
I would love to. Oh, my gosh.
Okay, you can go.
Kenzie
amazing.
is such a pushover.
I know, I suck.
Well, also, he's plowing out there
I know
in
you're plowing.
Indiana.
You remember whose driveway needs to get done when you
You get to Elgin. That'd be great.
The Q101 Morning Crew's Clash with Kenzie.
On Q101.
All right. Illinois' new favorite hobby. We will have that after Bob Moses, and you will never guess. You can try, but you will not know. Unless you're doing it, maybe go, yeah, everybody's doing it. The new big hobby in the state of Illinois. Brian and Kenzie on Q101, 3 minutes away.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Remember, keep listening for your chances all day long. 11 a.m. will be next chance with Lauren's show to get to Blink 182 in Miami. Also, another programming note, tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. here, as we're approaching 8 now, so you might be listening around this time, brand new music from Cage the Elephant coming up with Brian and Kenzie on Q101 first in, I believe, 6 years? 5 years. 4 years. 2019.
Good Lord, learn about music.
Well, it's 2024, so technically is 2019 5 years ago now? Can we say 5 years?
It was summer of 2019, so I'm going to still
Boom.
mark it as
So
4.
4 and a
I
half?
win.
4.5.
4 and a half.
Checkmate.
Well, 4 and a half, but we round up around here.
Kenzie knew it was 4, though.
She did, but I just thought we
I've been waiting.
for the Cage music. And that was the year they played Twisted, too, by the way. And all the pictures and videos are all housed for those shows at Q101.com, our YouTube channel. Make sure you follow us there, subscribe, and then, of course, all our socials.
Do we know the name of the song yet, Case? Were you able to find that out?
The song is Neon Pills.
Ooh, that sounds fun. Anything with the word neon's usually a hoot.
What about the pills part?
Yeah, that's really a tractor.
I'm sorry. No, that can go either way. I don't know. Neon's just fun. It's like glow in the dark.
Oh, jeez. Well, that's all tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. with that brand new music on the Friday for us. So this has been a new study of the biggest hobby, the biggest new hobby in Illinois. Do you want to take a guess, Kenzie, at what you think it might be?
The biggest new hobby.
Yeah, Illinois' favorite new hobbies in the last year, let's say.
Sled dog racing.
Sled dog racing is an excellent guess.
A lot of snow this year.
God, I wish it was sled dog racing.
What?
It's not, but it's just as weird.
Okay.
Beekeeping. So being a beekeeper, housing bees.
I don't know why people are like into bees, because like bees can be so mean.
They're one of the meanest animals when you think about it.
I hate being chased by a bee. Like, I know that honeybees are better. Those
Yeah.
are cute.
Yeah.
Kind of. But I saw like this this meme on Facebook type thing, and it was a picture, like a hand-drawn picture of a bee, like in a little burrow underneath leaves in the grass, and they're like, hey, the queen's burrow under the ground. So try not to like pick up your leaves and rake them and mow the lawn. Like, wait till spring till they come out. F those bees. They don't care about me. I got stung in the eye once, bro.
Oh,
In the
God.
eye?
In the eye.
How do you still have an eye?
It's unbelievable. I screamed so loud, and then I've made my son terrified of bees because he was there.
Ugh.
So now he flips out, and I'm like, it's not that bad. I just got stung in the eye.
But did it go in your eyeball, like the stinger?
Yes.
What?
I got stung physically in the eye.
Oh, God.
I was trying to I was sweeping off my, when near the end of the summer season when they start to get real aggressive and they're all
jumpy.
pissy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's not my fault you're going to die. I had nothing to do with it, okay?
Wait. To quote that, the bees are pissy when it gets to
yeah.
August and September.
And we have a lot of wasps at our house for some reason, which are the worst. Like, again, like the honeybees, you're like, okay, we're very waspy over at our house.
Yeah.
And this stupid bee, all I was doing was sweeping my porch. And it came out from under a potted plant as if I was sweeping it and came at me. And
Yeah.
I was trapped because we have a small doorway area and I couldn't get out of there. And it tried to kill me.
Wow. Were you wearing yellow?
I don't remember.
Because we talked about that yesterday, where yellow attracts bees. They go ass out towards you.
They do.
They come right ass in, I should say.
Come
ass in towards
they
you.
throw that thing in a circle right at you.
They're throwing that badonk right at you to sting you. So beekeeping is the number one new or big hobby in Illinois. We can go down the list here a little bit. Aquarium keeping is number 2. Falconry is number 3.
Oh my God.
These are some weird ass
These are
hobbies.
rich people hobbies.
Are they? Or are they just maybe outskirts people? Let's say 2 hours, 3 hours out of here, toward Peoria, that kind of person.
This is going to sound maybe meaner than I anticipated. I just can't imagine a poor person being into falconry. You know what I mean?
Okay, and I want to say something right now.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, you have no idea how important bees are, and they're mad at me.
That's
I
right.
never said.
I will say, Kinsey was right. People really did defend honeybees really fast.
I know. I never said they weren't important. I just said their bees have been mean to me. That's all I said. I didn't say they weren't important.
We understand. Bees are.
I've just been attacked.
Yeah.
So I don't like it.
It's been through a lot.
Yeah.
Bees are a determination of the environment. When the bee population goes down, the earth. If the bees all go away, the earth's over.
Why, though? Explain that to me.
Because they pollinate. They pollinate the plants, and if plants go away, then we're going to go away. Plants give us air, basically. I'm really cliff noting it here, but that's pretty much what it is. If the bee population goes down, it's very bad for the earth.
All of them? What about the wasps? Because they're so mean.
I'm pretty sure all of them, but I don't know if.
I like when I see a little fat ass bee buzzing around. I'm fine with those. Those
Yeah.
little thick ones.
Yeah, the thick boys.
Yeah, because I'm like, those are honeybees. They usually don't come at you. It's the little skinny pieces of crap that are crabby.
The skinny bees?
Yeah.
The ones who are doing that P90X to get all worked out so they can come get
I
you?
don't like those bees.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Well, it's Brian and Kenzie, and we're talking about number one hobbies in Illinois. Maybe you have some of these. Beekeeping was number one, as we just discussed. Bees and Kenzie's hatred of bees, not knowing that, of course, they're important to the environment, but they just seem to target her. She's been stung in the eyeball, which I don't understand how you have an eye.
They always come for me, and I feel like they know I'm not fast, and it's a personal attack. I feel like they can tell, and they're just, some of them are so mean, and people can agree. I said the little fat, fluffy ones, like the honeybee type, that energy. They're usually fine. They're usually not aggressive. They be pollinating. They be making honey. All that's good.
Yeah.
It's the skinny little, like, pricky bees that are
Yeah.
like, they're angry. Someone called them roided out small penis P90X bees.
Well, I said that they probably on the P90X, and yeah, they're doing juice on there, so their stingers are small
Yeah.
from the roids.
I know, they used to hurt.
Oh man.
Small but mighty.
So I don't know anybody that's a beekeeper, but apparently it's a big thing. If you are one of them, please hit us up. There's things like falconry, and I don't know what this is. Number 4 of a hobby in Illinois is lapidary. I hope I'm saying that right. You have any idea what lapidary is?
I don't even have a guess.
So I looked it up. It's
Lap dance etiquette? Like
No,
lapidary.
I wish.
What is it?
Not even close. It is relating to stone and gems and the work involved in engraving, cutting, and polishing gems and stones.
Oh, I was way off.
Way off from lap
I knew it
dancing.
started with an S, though.
Yeah. Metal detecting is a big hobby at number 5 in Illinois. Home brewing, which that's the one I understand. You know, making your beer at home. That sounds pretty cool. I wish I could
What
do
if
that.
it's coffee?
It's not. That home brewing is definitely meant for beer, like
I brew at home.
micro brewing. you're putting the stuff in the coffee pot. Doesn't work. Astrophotography, meaning sky. And listen, I'm into this. I'm a space nerd. I look out at the sky.
You're into astrophotography? Have you done it?
I haven't done it because I don't have a good enough camera. Like your iPhone takes a moon picture and looks like a spotlight. It's stupid. But if you have a really good camera,
It's stupid.
Well,
I'm sorry your iPhone can't reach space, Brian.
it sucks. I thought we were promised that, by the way. I thought that we were
He wants
guaranteed.
to zoom in and see the American flag
Yeah.
on the moon.
Yes.
Oh, somebody's playing golf up there.
He's never been able to get a good picture of it.
I have a telescope and I've seen Saturn's rings and Jupiter's moons.
I bet.
I bet you've seen into other girls' apartments. Is what I bet you've seen into, you weirdo. Yeah.
It has other uses, the telescope besides the sky. Also,
Girls come over and he's like, I'm into space. I'm sure.
yes, I know all about you. Your apartment's over there, isn't it? Toy voyaging is the number 8 hobby in Illinois.
Ooh,
Toy voyaging.
is that sexual?
No. It is. It is our traveling toys which get around being passed around from person to person.
Still sounds sexual.
Their travels and adventures are tracked on a website. Toy voyagers. That's what a toy voyager is.
Kind of like the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants,
It's exactly like that,
but for toys.
but for toys.
Okay.
And there was also, let's see, lock picking is the number 11
That's
hobby.
terrifying. That matches up with our crime in Chicago.
What a funny hobby to say you have.
Lock picking.
Oh, what do you do this weekend? Oh, it's lockpick.
I mean, you're a criminal, right? That's your hobby.
It's
is.
called robbing people, but that's a new name.
Lock picking.
They're
Also,
like driving cars I don't own is a big one. All right.
all right, well, check in at 312-591-8300 if you have a hobby you want to share that's kind of, maybe a little unusual and people maybe say, what do you do? Dave checked in and said, by the way, I lease some of my yard to a beekeeper, 12 hives out back, and he pays me in honey. So I use the
bet
honey,
he does.
and he makes bread, beer, and other things with the honey.
Do you remember that super old SNL skit? Like, this is like pre-Chevy and everything. When they were like bees. Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah, because
The
And
John
he would-
Belushi
John
sketch.
Belushi
Yeah.
bee, yes.
And he'd be like, they'd be making fun. He's like, John's buzzing. He's like, no, I'm not. Why is there honey in your sheets?
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yes. That was incredible.
Oh, it's my favorite.
Rest in peace, Chicago and John Belushi, who created that bit. Destiny's checking in from Chicago with an interesting hobby. Ahoy, Destiny, what's going on?
Hey, how are you guys?
Good. So tell us what you got going on over there. What makes you happy? What's your hobby?
I'm a fire eater and a fire hula hooper and a fire performer, and I do all that crazy fun stuff.
Oh, my God. How do you learn how to do that?
So during COVID, I had a friend who hit me up, and he knew someone who was teaching lessons over Zoom. And I thought, what the hell? The world was ending, or at least we all thought. And I wanted to learn something crazy.
Wait. So you learned how to do all these fire skills with an online teacher?
The fire eating, yes. The fire hula hooping. I learned how to hula hoop at raves and in the rave community. We all kind of banded together and we call ourselves flow artists.
Okay.
And I kind of took my skills up a notch during COVID, I guess you could say.
Well, I would think I would want the teacher in person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I eventually did meet him in person, and I did take a couple classes in person post-COVID.
Yeah, because I can see like
he's just on the Zoom screen. He's like, all right, I just put that in your mouth. Like, there's no one there.
yeah, and then
Say
when
help.
when it goes awry, he just hits end call. You know, he's out of there.
What if he freezes and the fire's already in your mouth and you don't know the next step?
Sorry, I'm in a bad Wi-Fi spot. Wait, what am I supposed to do next? Well, I've got the fires in my mouth.
Already in my mouth.
Sorry, I'm in a.
Thankfully, there is a whole hour of training and safety beforehand, but I mean, as you could say, there isn't much safety you could have. My boyfriend, he got personalized in a fire safety class, so he was there behind the scenes with the fire blanket and the extinguisher in case things went wrong.
That's love.
And with the fire eating, if something were to go wrong, I would have to call the emergency room, call 911, have them come, and they would have to, my boyfriend would have to bring the biohazard sheet with the list of all the ingredients for the camping fuel that I use. So
I
that,
will say, though, what a tough phone call to make with the fire in your mouth.
Yeah.
That's like calling someone when you're choking. I mean, what do you...
Kenzie, what do you think that would sound like? Ow! Hot! It's like when you eat pizza and it burns the top of your mouth.
Oh, yeah, it's exactly the same, Brian. Hot pizza on fire.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.